What's up guys, and welcome back to Cars by Mo. With part 4, we have all the parts that are remaining to fix all the body panels. We got the fender, we got the side skirt, fender bracket, and of course the rear quarter panel sitting there. And of course we got the door right here. Everything from this door has to go into the red door, including all the parts in here, the side mirror and the window as well, because I got my one from a convertible, and after doing some research they said we need to just change the window so it will fit. As you can see, the fender is pretty done. We got a new one right here and it's touching the wheel pretty bad. Most likely the metal behind the fender got to be pulled a little bit. Most likely this has to go for a frame shop, and just for them to pull it, you know, the correct way and the right amount. I just did some kind of measurement and I know it's being pushed back a little bit. So let's go ahead, start removing the rear quarter panel from that panel because I don't like it sitting in my yard like this. As you saw, loading this in the truck was a piece of cake because they had a forklift. Picking up the rear quarter panel.
Check it, that side.
To the right. More. Good. Gracias, amigo. But when we got here, my friend and I, we kind of struggled a little bit because they cut me a much bigger piece than what I need. I never tried to open a piece like this, so this is the first time. There's a lot of first things that we're doing here in the Mustang. I need to start practicing how to remove these spot welds. I'm gonna practice on these ones right here. See, I tried here, but like the drill bit that I got is not the best, so I just went and bought some. I was recommended by the shop to use either those two. First, I'm gonna try with the option number 1, which is the regular drill bit. This looks good, much better than this drill bit. Then I'm gonna try this to remove the layers. Let's continue taking the whole piece out. So far so good. Everything is out. I'm gonna use this all the way to here. I'm still waiting for the window guy to come to remove the windows from both over there, or maybe I'll go pick him up to remove this one also here. As I say, we tried to remove it, but I could break it. I don't need it, but I'll just remove it in a better way. Then we will have to clean this right here, and that's where more spot welding here, and then there's more spot welding over here, which we need to remove the trunk on my car to remove. Then we got a couple spot weldings over here, and then some over here. I believe there's some spot welding on the bottom. This is the latest update. I pretty much moved a lot here with the rear quarter panel, but I need to buy that machine so I can it's like a drill or something to remove this windshield right here, this window right here, so we can remove the window, same thing on the car, and the rear windshield. So I don't want to waste the daylight and the amazing weather today, you know, since it's really cold over here. So let me jump and start changing, or at least stripping the fender out and the door, and see what we can do behind it. Maybe pull it with a truck. So let's do it, let's get to it. Fender is out, but at this point I really wish I didn't take the fender out because I figured we have a bigger problem. The damage behind the fender is pretty bad, so this thing is already came out of place. Maybe this piece right here has to be replaced. It comes all the way. I took these 2 screws out, and then it ends right here, as you can see. So it's like literally just this piece. The frame machine or the frame shop told me they might be able to repair it much better than I do, because I am not that advanced yet, but I will take it to them next week. We got already an appointment on Wednesday, so that's exactly a week from now. So on that week, well, I don't really want to spend a week, but it's time to strip everything down here and finish taking all the spot welding from that rear quarter to place it here. So my job is to put the rear quarter over here and then put the door, or take the door with us, so these front can be aligned with the rear one. It's gonna be a tough week, so let's go ahead and start taking that rear quarter off. Another beautiful day and back to work on the Mustang, but I should have bought this machine before I break the window. You know, I don't care about the window because this thing is going to be replaced with my window, but I didn't want to dirty the ground, so I did vacuum the grass. Yep, I did that. So let's go ahead and start removing the remaining from here, and then remove the spot welding from this part. That's the only part that's left with spot weldings. And then once we're done with this, I will jump back to the Mustang and start removing the whole quarter panel. That's gonna be a lot of work, but we have 2 days before Wednesday, and that's where our appointment is for the frame, so we gotta get that done. Let's do it. Here I can cut whatever, but there I'm gonna cut more just in case I cover myself if I don't want to be like short. Cut another line over here, and then probably use the whole part from that side all the way to this plastic right here, because this is pretty bent. This should start becoming loose. Finger crossed. Let's start removing it without damaging it. A good spot to cut it right here, right where the roof is. So let's do that. Man, removing a panel is not fun, especially when it's a panel that you don't want to damage. I don't care about the panel on the car. It's probably gonna come off easy. I'm just gonna take that thing off. But this one, I'm trying to be like so careful. I'm not trying to like bend it. Man, you're on my every video. This dog, they leave this dog out 24/7. I feel so bad for the dog. And as you can hear her barking every day. And she's over there. Look, she's always on top of the grill. Let me zoom in. There she is. Yo. There she is. Exactly. Yes! Finally, quarter panel is out in one piece. Wow. It took me about 300 million hours to take this thing off, but I'm so happy it came off with no damage. First time I removed the panel. Now I have to remove the one from the Mustang, but now I know where the glues are. I know where, like, how the spot welding work, and since this is my first time ever removing a rear quarter panel. Also, that one is damaged. I don't care how I remove it, I will remove it very easily. So I might even make a hole in the middle right here so I can get access to all the spot welding from the back as well and the front side. And yeah, I'm excited, guys. Let's go ahead and start removing the quarter panel from the Mustang. But first, of course, I have to strip some interior because I don't need to, you know, for later on, we don't need to damage that interior with welding. So we'll take the headliner out, we'll take a couple other interiors out, and then start getting the rear quarter off. I think at this point I'd rather spend $100, get a guy, take it off for me, and then put it back for $100. So I don't want to break the windshield. I think the machine I bought or the attachment is too thick.
and it's not doing a good job. So I think I'm gonna stop here with the windshield, but I'm going to be removing all the spot welds right now. So let's remove the tail light and the bumper to start removing all the spot welds. Since I know where all the glues and all the spot weldings are, so I'm just gonna cut this as where the marker is and then start removing it from the inside out. That's actually a clean cut. Now we just need to wait for the window guy, but in the meantime I'm gonna remove all the spot weldings and grind them. But this was the toughest part, to remove that piece without damaging it. So here it's much easier, you know. Now it's much easier, we can grind stuff, get in from behind them as well, you know. So it's getting there, guys, it's getting there. But this is how the Mustang looks right now from the back. Currently it is naked Mustang. We got to take the bumper off, the trunk off, to remove all these spot welds, easier access to the windshield. Let's start grinding the spot welding to get it out. Good, my amigo removing the windows right now. Windshield is out. He's taking it with him because I don't want to mess with it. It is very fragile. I don't want to break it. I'm taking the car, you know, to fix that little door hinges and everything, and this to the frame shop. They're right in front of him, so they will install it for me. Now my friend is gonna take the side one out so we can slap this piece on there. I don't want to break it like how we broke the other one. This amigo is the best amigo, not breaking it like me. I try to remove that one, I break it.
Perfecto, amigo.
Bueno, bonito, barato. So the guy took my windshield and he left, and he removed this for me without breaking it, like how I did with the blue one. Now you see, this is my mess right here. But you know, it is what it is. You live and learn. I was using a thicker one, but he was using a thinner one. So I've already removed these from the last time that I was working on it here. So right now I'm gonna remove all the spot weldings on here, probably all the way to this one, then cut it here, remove the spot welding here, and then cut it, like make a line and cut it right there. Let's go ahead and do it. So let's see how is it gonna sit. How is it gonna sit right now? It's not gonna sit right here perfect because we still have to remove the weldings, but at least it gives me an idea where I need to cut. I made my mark. You can see this line right here. That's where I'm gonna be cutting this side, and this one should be exactly the same line with this one right here. All right, so from the way it looks, the blue panel should be ready to be fitted on. Let's try to see if it's gonna sit perfect and I cut the right measurement. Here goes nothing. Let's hope everything fits perfect. Let's see how it's gonna fit. But I mean, even with that, it still fit perfect. Here as well, I did cut probably like this much shorter, just so I can be in the safe side. And here, it looks like it fits perfect. Yep. As you can see, it's almost aligned with the previous spot welding. What we're gonna do next is try to sand all the old spot welding, as you can see. Let's see how the panel sits now. Perfect. Well, what we gotta do is put some self-tapping screws. We add this one first before we put any screw or self-tapping screw. The panel sits perfect. Pretty stocked. We're done with the panel. Now it's time to put the bumper back, the light, see how it lines up so we can take the car to the frame shop. As you guys can see, I ended up driving the car because I just couldn't load it in the trailer or the dolly, just because the car is too lowered. The radiator support was either hitting the trailer or hitting the ground, either way. So I'm driving it slow in the neighborhood roads, like from the inside roads, since the frame shop is not that far away from me. So it's driving well, but it really needs a major alignment. So we're about 5 minutes away, not even, maybe 4 minutes now. Yep, I drove the car like that. I managed to get to the frame shop. Right there is where the guy took my windshield, the rear windshield. Car's gonna sit here for a little bit and then take it back home. I got the headlights for the Mustang since the old ones is cracked, couldn't fix it. And this is the bracket for the side skirt, driver side skirt. So let's go ahead and see the progress on the Mustang. This is the Mustang sitting right here. Already changed the door. They fixed the door hinge right here. The fender, since it's in the body shop, they're gonna fix the bumper over here. They're pulling this bumper out to fix this part right here. I need to shift everything from this door into that red door over there. And then of course the mirror is over here to be replaced in the back. Finally came here to pick up the car today from the body shop. And let's see what they did so far. Sanded the bumper, they fitted the front frame, pulled the door hinges from behind this door right here because it was broken, as you can see, and it's being fixed. This is where the welding spot was, all these weld spot was. We just need to put the Sika that we have at home. We need to put the glass. Welding here is done. Right now, put the glass on. Maybe if they have the windshield, might as well just change the windshield since it's cracked. Let's go ahead and take it to the window shop right now. Install the rear windshield now, and then to the front one. My windshield.
I love it.
New windshield. They put the rear one back on here, and they put the side one back in here. Done with the windshield. Let's go back home to replace that mirror and do something on the Mustang. The Mustang is back home. Now the first thing I gotta do is put the wiring harness into this door so we can at least put the window up and down and change the glass, as well as change this mirror. But before I do so, we have to put all the seam sealer where the welding was for the rear quarter panel and put the side skirt. The car is ready for the paint. So I did the minimum preparation, which is put the tape around here, but before I put the tape, I did scuff it, clean the area, make sure that the seam sealer is gonna stick, and now I'm gonna start applying it. So let's do it together. Alright, so the sealant has been applied to the car. What I'm going to do is wait for a little bit before I start painting that blue trim underneath it. I also put the sealant all the way here and in here, and as well as inside the car. So the sealant is applied. It does take about 30 minutes to dry off, so let's go ahead and start removing the door trim and put the mirror and the new glass back in here. As you can see guys, it is not easy to change the wire harness. It takes a lot of time. The new one is inside, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug it here, and I'm hoping that this is gonna work, the lock is gonna work. Let's give it a try. Yeah. That's crazy. This is for the lock, but I'm sure it's gonna work. I couldn't take the mirror off because the window was all the way up, and the last screw is like somewhere right here behind this. But now I can also reach to the screw of the window. You can see one screw is right there, which was all the way up here, and then the second screw is right there, and that's how we can change the glass. I'm so happy. Changing the wire harness on the door. Just imagine changing the wire harness on a car. Not fun. The convertible is different from the coupe because you can see this is my glass right here in the back, and that's where the ending line is, and this is the convertible. So the convertible, it's this much longer. Convertible door fits, you just gotta replace the window. Sealant is dry, then I painted it. Now all the panels are ready to go back, even under here. And then we got some of the spray here on the fender. You see the fender, it's all good. And the hood, it's fixed and painted. Car is almost ready for paint. I'm just gonna go ahead right now and install the side skirt and the rear bumper and start painting the car. So I'm just gonna show you guys how perfect the lines are. You can see all the gaps, all the lines. The bumper I just need to tie it here at the corner, but everything lines up perfectly fine, and the car is ready for the paint job. Alright, so today is the day dropping off the Mustang for paint. Here it is. Getting ready to be painted. Drove all the way here without an issue.